Oh my god. Yeah, it's definitely going. I'm with you there. Okay, starting up Stardew. Oh my, that's loud. Hang on. I have to adjust the game volume because of well, a subject that we're gonna get into inevitably as we play. Let's see, online host. All right, and we are go.
Beautiful. I will join in the go, as the youths say.
And those darn kids. Clear and sunny tomorrow. Perfect weather for the Spirit's Eve. Ooh. Is this going to be a spooky session?
No. I don't think so. Oh, wait.
For Spirit's Eve?
It might be.
Mayor Lewis sent me a letter. Notice a chill in the air? It could just be the approach of winter, or it could be the tingle of a dark specter. Here to help us celebrate tomorrow's festival, the Spirit's Eve. Come to town at 10 p.m. if you'd like to participate. Knowing Mayor Lewis, he'd be like, or maybe the dingleberry from my dark sphincter.
Is that the rotting flesh of the dead, or is it my poop?
Come to the park at 10 p.m. and find out.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay.
So hopefully I don't have any power issues here. It is giving it a good old thunder out here today.
You got thunder? You lucky duck.
Yeah, it should be done soon, but yeah.
I've only had it's just been windy down here.
Nice and airy.
Yep, nice and airy. That's right.
Got an airy port.
I'll pick all these eggplants.
Taking care of the cows.
There we go. Okay, now to water.
So one thing that's worth noting here, it may be worth your time
Yes.
to run to Marnie's and get a pail, because you need a pail in order to collect milk from eggs. Yes, you need a pail to milk your eggs.
It's my egg collecting pail.
Yeah, no, to get the milk from the cows and goats is what I meant to say.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well,
I mean, otherwise I can do it too, but just on the off chance you just feel like getting some milk.
I mean, I can do that after we're done watering, right? Or should I go do it now?
You do it now. I can take care of the rest of the watering if you want to just
Okay.
keep her moving.
He gave me permission, so I'm abandonning my chores. It's like when I was oh, go ahead.
Let's say if Emily ever comes by and says, "Hey, can we do a little milking?" Then you just have a milk pail handy.
That's right. And don't take that any other way.
That's right.
This is a wholesome Christian channel.
Exactly. With wholesome Christian channel with cow shit the cow.
With cow shit the cow and a bucket for your eggs.
Penny for your thoughts, a bucket for your eggs.
Oh, Marnie is the ranch lady. That's like the one building I never go to in this entire map.
Ranch lady.
I pay no attention to our neighbor to the south.
We need to put up a wall against the southern border.
Only Leah's friends can enter uninvited. It's locked. Oh, well, that's Leah's house. No wonder. I think. How far down is this ranch?
You want to go like
Oh,
south, like
here we go.
directly south from our farm
There-
field.
I found it. There was another house, and I got confused. Okay. Buying 1 egg pail for egg milk.
Beautiful. Yes.
How do you milk an egg? Tune in and find out.
The world may never know.
There we go. Boom, there we go.
How do you milk an egg? Well, you can milk anything with nipples. That doesn't answer the question.
I mean, you're technically right, but oh, do you have this whole thing almost done then, or?
I think it is done now. Once I get this little couple here,
Okay, great.
it's all good to go.
All right. Well,
I'm so amped for winter, because I'm gonna, I guess spring, because I'm gonna have so many sprinklers for us. Sprinklers.
some sprankles.
Little sprinky sprang.
Yeah.
So, I know that normally you ask me this question, so I'm just gonna get the jump on you and surprise you here. What have you been playing
Oh.
/ watching / consuming?
Oh, God, where do I start? Well, hang on. Do I sell these? Oh wait, I'm gonna see if I need to submit the eggplants to the community center, and then I will sell them. To answer your question, because I'm definitely not trying to sell for time. Well, golly, Thursday night at 11 p.m., I started playing Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Beautiful.
I even streamed it, like, waiting for 11 p.m. to arrive. And I felt like a 90s hacker. I got in. And boy howdy, let me tell you, because, you've seen me play Borderlands 1, and we played a bit of Borderlands 2 together. And
Yes.
And then to that end, I remember you being like, all right, we got to meet this character. She's really cool, really important. Like one of the best characters ever. And well, that was the Moo Point incident. So it kind of got a little, overshadowed. But the character all the same, was still amazing. And I had no idea that there was a DLC for Borderlands 2 that became the basis for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Yes.
That was
It
something I
was
learned last
very
night.
good. I loved it. And as you have saw from playing this one now, at the very beginning of Borderlands 2, Handsome Jack kind of makes like I don't want to say a throwaway, but it's just kind of part of an inane little conversation where he talks about getting a diamond pony and naming it Butt Stallion, and then lo and behold, in the game,
Oh my
Butt
God.
Stallion come to life.
That's fantastic. I don't recall that. And I love it.
So how far did you end up getting in Tiny Tina?
Okay, so last night was the last time I played. The Bard blew up the ocean.
Yes, Mr. Torg. He is the best.
I'm gonna cast magic missile. And Fred's like,
Yep.
pretty sure you can't use it that way. Uses it anyway. Evaporates
Yep.
the whole goddamn ocean.
Yeah, magic missile ends up being a nuclear bomb.
It was.
Oh my god, I laughed so hard at that. And that was actually a fulfillment of his desires from the DLC from Borderlands 2,
Oh my
because
god.
his character in there talks about wanting to blow up the ocean.
Oh my god, the callbacks. That's amazing.
Yep.
This is so
Oh god, Mr. Torg.
so
Explosions!
so here's the thing, man. Like, like I said, I didn't know about the DLC. So for me, playing this was like a nice surprise. I'm like, wow, they came up with this whole Dungeons and Dragons parody thing, and it's Tiny Tina's the dungeon master, and it astounded me how well they were able to build this entire world that was reminiscent of Borderlands, but with a fantasy aspect to it. But it still had the really tight combat, the loot schemes, the questing, and the platforming. Those lucky dice! Oh my fucking god! I may be obsessed.
That's fair.
If I see one, I stop everything I'm doing. I'm like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. And so far, there's only one in Brighthoof that I cannot get, and it's really annoying me. So after the after the oceans blew up, I was like, hey, wait a minute. There's got to be lucky dice in town that were underwater, and I was right.
Yeah.
And so
Long forgotten lucky dice.
yes, I love it. I am really pleased with that game. Like, I didn't get a chance to play 3 yet, and I know, like, fans of the game are like, well, it's kind of half. Some folks have told me that it's half baked in comparison to previous titles. So for me, it was like, okay, well, what does Borderlands look like? Especially if it's been developed post-pandemic, post Borderlands 3, and I mean, I'm having such a good time. The only criticism I have of it is just a technical one. The gameplay is solid. The voice acting is superb. The writing is absolutely incredible, and everything that I enjoy about Borderlands is right there, and it doesn't feel tired or same old. It's just it's a treat.
Yep, I agree with you 110% on that. And so jumping into that a little bit, as you know, Charlie and I put in approximately 35 hours into the game between Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Holy moly.
So we got very close to like the end game content. And so it's I agree with all the points that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's a very streamlined game. There's no just like driving around through big open expanses trying to find the next
You're
thing to
right.
do, because it solves it with the overworld map.
Yeah, you're
I also
right.
liked how all of the quests scaled to your level. So like we
Oh
kind of
god, that.
wavered back and forth between wanting to uh, get through the story and get to the end game content versus like some of the side stories or side quests looked interesting. And
Yep.
a big problem in the other Borderlands games then is if you don't do them once you're offered those quests, the rewards become irrelevant and the quests become boring, because it's you're out there at level 30 doing a level 5 quest. But since everything scales, it voids that problem. So that was very cool.
Yeah, and that scaling to level thing is so important because
Yeah.
Mass Effect does that, and the game always feels like a proper challenge. It's not, oh, you just have to be higher in level, or you just have to get better equipment. It's like, no, you can just like, you can bust ass, you can learn how to be a better player with what you have, and it will be enough.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, it's so good.
And one of the other things too that I thought was really interesting having, we like I said, oh boy, we got a lot of pumpkins to pick. Beautiful. Those are also pumpkins we don't have to water.
Mm,
One of the other things that I thought was really interesting too is that in Borderlands, I mean, really, as far back as the series goes, or I shouldn't say that. I never really got to like super endgame for Borderlands 1, but like for
uh-huh.
Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3,
Yeah.
endgame builds were generally like dependent on having certain legendaries. Like you would get certain legendaries that would have a certain kind of effect that would synergize well with certain characters' skills. So as an example, I have a super late game Moe's build in Borderlands 3,
Mm-hmm.
and it's based like it functions on area damage, which is like, basically like
Oh.
explosion damage or anything that like deals damage in a radius.
Mm-hmm.
And there are certain guns that you can get that will like cause essentially like micro explosions when they hit. And
Okay.
you
Yep.
need to have those specific legendary weapons, and then you want them to have certain stat rolls and certain enchantments and all this stuff on them. It's fun for what it is,
Mm-hmm.
but it certainly takes a lot of like decision making out of the build. If you want it to work, you need to have this weapon because there's no other weapon that has the effect that this legendary weapon has, right?
Right.
And you're reliant on that for your build. With this game, most of the legendaries, at least so far, seem not like underwhelming, but I've not found like a specific niche for any one in particular in the build that I've played so far.
Okay.
Meaning that I use far more like epic purple items than I do legendaries. And what that means then is that you can find all these different combinations of things. Like I'm sure you experienced this as you were playing like in Tiny Tina's, like the spell variety for the spells that you can pick up. There's so many differences that you can get
Yes.
with them. Even just like the sort of like missiles spell, you can get some that have multiple charges and there's all the different elements, and some will make like tiny explosions when they hit and like all this other stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
even for the simple basic spells, there's like almost infinite variations. And so the way that this system works for endgame builds, you don't need a specific legendary weapon. You just kind of want to build the stats of the weapons that you have around what you're trying to do. So you want like the one that I'm going for right now is a spellcaster build, and it needs
Okay.
lots of spell power or spell damage. And so I want to roll those kind of stats on my gear, but then it opens it up to like any purple weapon I can, as long as it's got the spell damage and the right element to it. So it's a very different way of doing the end game than any of the other ones so far. Thank you for attending my TED Talk.
Hey, no problem. No problem. I used I milked some eggs, so it's all good.
Hey,
And
thank you.
the thing is, like, you've spoken to me about putting these builds together in the past and how complicated it is, and how you really enjoy like putting those kind of builds together, which to me is which is very different from how I play, because I just take I look at, is number higher? Maybe, but color is worse. So then I don't go for it. I don't read I don't like look into the stats as much, because I'm looking for I take a very melee approach to my combat, where I'm just like, what will let me kill the fastest without thinking too much about it.
Sure.
And so I'm so my play style is very simplistic in comparison.
Well, and I mean, honestly, like until you get to like that like end game point where you're doing like the chaos trials and stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
that's just fine of a way to play it. Like for the stuff I'm talking about, it's the hyper end game. You're because like once you beat the main storyline, you can do what's called the Chaos Trials, and it's essentially like a little bit of a roguelite mode
Mm-hmm.
where you go into like you have different like chambers that you'll go into. You can kind of pick which one you want to go to, and you can pick handicaps for yourself that will give you increased rewards. And at the end, you can spend your like at the end of each run, you get like these crystals, or you have like these crystals, and you can feed them to these little statues that will spit out weapons, or like you can specify if you want like shotguns or SMGs or pistols or rings or
Right.
armor or whatever, and then you'll spit it out, and with a higher than normal chance of getting like legendaries or just generally high quality gear. And then you can like increase the overall difficulty modifier by like running up the chaos level, which just like makes enemies hit harder and have more HP, and just makes things generally harder but also more rewarding. You get better more amounts of like the end game currency stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like you don't really have to worry about the numbers stuff for a build until you kind of get to that point where you're really trying to like fine tune it and just eke every little advantage you can out of it.
Right.
And like we were even barely to that point. Like we
okay.
just kind of got to that point at the very end of our run. So.
I am familiar with doing that to a point in Star Wars: The Old Republic. Once I hit the level cap in there, then it was all about getting equipment that had a certain rating and then paying attention to stats in that regard, of course. But
Sure.
So have you encountered any legendary items? I have not so far.
Yeah. So one thing is that they definitely the drop rates for legendaries feels much lower than in the other games. Charlie and I were commenting about that a lot too. Like we didn't get our first one until we were probably like level maybe like 15. But the big thing is getting the overworld dice, because those luck increases are universal, as opposed to the ones like in a specific area. Those are only like each dice that you get increases your luck for the next dice, but it only applies for that area.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, that helps. But yeah, it felt lower. We got plenty towards the end, because we were. I'm fairly certain we've seen every legendary in the game.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because we just played that much.
You guys were. So like when I was done playing on Friday, I'm like, okay, I got 5 hours in. I think I'm good here, and I ended up sleeping in pretty late. And then by like noon, by noon on Saturday, you would already surpass me, and I was like, damn, these guys play.
There's hard when we do these things. Like we've been, as soon as they announced the launch date, we immediately started planning the vacation time for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's also why I wanted to hold off on talking with you about anything related to it until tonight.
Yeah.
Especially just let you and Charlie have that binge, and I'll go on my own path and then share our experiences.
Yeah, it's good stuff though.
Yes,
it's got a better storyline to it.
Yes, it
than
does.
Borderlands 3 does.
Well, yeah, that I can't speak to, but I am very. What I really enjoy are these are stories where you get really meta like that. Like one of the most recent season of Rick and Morty had a similar kind of plot to it, of a character becoming aware of their role by someone who has a more controlling hand in what's going on.
You pass butter. What is my purpose?
Oh, right, 10
pass
o'clock we gotta
butter.
come back.
Oh God.
So yeah, the whole demon lord, being self-aware of his role and trying to surpass that, which I'm still pretty sure is just a work by Tina. And even if if it isn't, that makes it all the more fascinating. But it's kind of like also like the genocide run of Undertale, and really just Sans' role in that entire Undertale and Deltarune series. I really enjoy that stuff.
So what's your take with the Dragon Lord?
My take with the Dragon Lord is that, he's being presented,
or your understanding for the story. Sorry,
my understanding for the story is that him like decapitating Butt Stallion and making those illusions early on that he wasn't happy with his role as the easily defeatable bad guy in the campaign, and he just kind of takes matters into his own hands and all that just makes me think that that what's really going on here is that it's all a work by Tina, that it's not that the game that she's running has gained sentience, and that the Dragon Lord is going to escape and be in the same world that Tina and Valentino and Fred are in. But you're farther in the story than I am, so I could be entirely wrong, and that he actually is trying to escape.
Have you come across the character? It's only like mentioned sort of in passing, but there's a character that you hear speak called the Note Taker.
Yes.
Have you made any connections with that voice?
I haven't. I've listened to it, of course, but
pay attention to that. That isn't just a throwaway voice or a throwaway character, is what I'll say.
Okay.
And that's all that I'll just leave it at that.
The Note Taker. Okay. I see these skeletons in the town, and all I can hear is "Dang you all to heck!" Those skeletons in that game, perfect voice for those.
Yeah. Boy, that really gets my blood boiling. Figuratively, obviously.
I'm dying again. Or I can't remember if it was the skeletons or the goblins who do this, but it's like, I wanted to donate my body to science. If that's a thing here, is it?
Yeah, so good.
Those first couple hours playing, I just couldn't stop laughing every time I killed those skeletons.
Yeah, I agree.
But
just all the call-outs are very good.
I absolutely love that game. I spent a lot of time playing it off stream, actually, because I just didn't want to stream while playing it. There's so much you can do in it in terms of side quests and regular questing, and exploring to find the lucky dice, to find those memory stones.
Oh, Nora says good night.
Good night, Nora. And
Chris says good night back.
Where are my cookies?
Chris also asks, "Where's his cookies?" Over here still, she says.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that honest of an answer.
She continues, because you need to come over here and get them.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that's.
So she's holding them hostage for a visit.
That is very fair and accurate, and I will have to come visit. So.
Yeah, I agree with your assessment. Very good. Enjoying it very much.
Yeah,
got a lot of differences, and yeah.
We didn't even talk about the characters we're playing yet, because So I picked the Clawbringer. Wait, is
Okay.
that his name?
Yeah.
The hammer guy. Yeah.
Yep.
And as I was going through the other classes, I was like, oh man, I already want to. I didn't even start this campaign, and I want to start another one with another class.
So no joke, Charlie and I talked about that because I have that same issue, and it's really great then when you play through it with somebody else and you can see like the builds shaping up in real time, and it just kind of gets rid of some of that itch for you. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Oh, it's all good. So yeah, I did Clawbringer, and I have like a little wyvern companion floating around, burninating everything, and then I finally got to level 20. So the second class that I picked is the one that lets you have the walking mushroom dude as a companion. So I'm just like a 3-man gang running around. And at first I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm going to destroy everything. And then I got into the ocean area. And before I met the pirate captain guy, I found one of those obelisks. And I was like, ooh, I'm going to take this obelisk on. I'm going to destroy the ancient monster. And somehow I survived. I was like running like crazy with my shield busted and literally 1 hit point left, trying not to die at the hands of these berserk sharks flopping around everywhere. And I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, and I made it through okay. So
Nice.
So yeah, it was. So now I'm like, okay, well, so the game is balancing appropriately.
Yeah.
It's never a you're too good now. No, you're almost good enough.
Yep.
You got to learn. So
It's with the Spore Warden the skill that's especially helpful then is the one that lets your pet revive you. So then it'll, like your mushroom companion, if he's alive and you're in like fight for your life mode, it'll let you
golden pumpkin. What do I do with this? Do we sell it?
I don't remember. I think we're supposed to give it to Mayor Luaus.
Oh. This isn't brown like the way I left it. Who cleaned it? All right, what class did you pick?
Oh, I started with the Berserker.
Ah, yes.
And I initially then also actually went into Spore Warden, and then later respec into the Stabomancer. And tried to do like a melee focused build, because that's another thing that's so vastly improved with this game is the melee combat. Like meleeing isn't just like a quick kind of afterthought action that you use to finish off an enemy. Like you can make it work, and especially if you get like the big heavy weapons, just beating guys around with those, because they'll you can like just ragdoll them. You can knock them over and just keep on beating on them, and it is hilarious.
I love that. I bust a gut when I saw one of the names for the type of melee weapon was like the bonk stick.
Yeah. One of the brands is bonk. Yeah.
Bonk. Yep.
Every time that I saw that, I thought of our like Thursday bad movie night.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So good.
The second class I was thinking of playing on another playthrough was I can't remember the name of it. There's one where like you focus on like stealing life from other enemies.
Oh, not Grave Warden, the
but you know what I'm talking about.
Something. Yeah, the Necromancer, whatever it is. Yeah.
I saw that one. I was really intrigued. I'm like, okay, when I know how this game works after beating it once, I'm gonna come back. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yep. The one that I'm gonna be focusing on my next playthrough is the spell belly guy. Can't remember the name now. Spell something. But he Nora says spell wizard, which isn't far off.
It's technically not wrong.
But they're the one that where their second action skill, instead of an actual action skill, it lets you equip a second spell. And so then I was watching some YouTube content for it, and like, you know, that's where you really have to focus on like spell damage, and then focus in on an element and roll for damage on that, and try to get all those multiplicative bonuses that you can. But you can really make some overpowered stuff with that. It looks really fun.
Oh, okay.
So what happens if we talk to the mayor now? Now that we both got the golden pumpkin.
I'm trying to talk to him and nothing's happening. Can't seem to talk to anyone else here either.
That is the spooky part about it. We're stuck in a time loop.
But yeah, I did the pre-order. I don't think I've used anything in the pre-order. There's like some sort of armor kit that you get for pre-ordering, and
yeah, it's part of
it.
the like when you do the customization station stuff.
Oh, okay.
There's like the different armor patterns and stuff. It can be a lot of fun. You can get pretty ridiculous with how some of the stuff looks. Like my character looked like he fell out of grandma's fabric drawer by the time I was done with him. It's great.
My guy's a very beardy, large-headed fellow, and he has the strange voice that sounds like this. He's just like the most opposite personality you could go with for a burly hammer swinging dude.
My character had a Karen bob cut sort of thing going on, and a like a beard like I've got, like the goat.
Oh, okay.
And then a very large scrunched up nose that, like, there was almost no upper lip. It was like nose and then immediately mouth.
Okay.
And their name was Karen Chad.
Karen Chad. Nice.
Karen Chad the Berserker. There's some way to get up by Wizard Boy, I think. I just gotta remember how to do it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's what we're missing here. They can't just be overseeing everything, right? So I feel like we've talked to everybody here. And we acquired the pumpkin, so... Throw the golden pumpkin into the cauldron and hope something happens. And nothing happened. All right. You also asked me what I've been like watching, besides the playing stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay. So in terms of stuff that I've been watching, let me think. Let me think. Weekend had a lot of Wonderlands in it, but over the last 2 weeks, Demon Slayer is a story that I finished that is on Netflix.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that last week.
And I am now reading the manga on my big ass 12.9 inch iPad. It turns out Viz Media has a subscription thing where it's like $2 a month, and you can get access to just hundreds of titles, including like the newest chapters for One Piece. So that's my way of officially supporting the series again. But I enjoyed watching Demon Slayer so much on Netflix that I'm like, okay, it's already finished in manga form, so I'm reading through it now, currently, and I'm still poking around with Pokemon on Netflix. Namely, they do the adaptation of Sword and Shield, which I just finished that game, so it was really cool to see like the plot lines of that game in animated form.
Interesting.
And like putting voices to the characters, and seeing how they're going with it, because it seems like the anime has diverted away from doing like a straight adaptation of each generation of games for like 100 episodes, and instead they're doing this is kind of a greatest hits. Like, we'll just send Ash wherever the hell we want as the plot wills it, and for 4 episodes they do a special tie-in to the game. But characters from the new games have already appeared in the anime, so it's kind of like it feels a little more organic, like a little more breathing kind of world that they've established with this 20-year-long story. Oh, and by the way, Ash is still technically a kid. And
oh god,
I'm not sure how they're counting his age. It might be like a rite of passage kind of thing, but so like he may not necessarily be 10 years old, but canonically all of the previous episodes have happened. Like, all of the places he went, all the badges he got, all the Pokemon he collected, that happened. But considering that there's like over 1,000 episodes of the show, it's obviously not whatever rules they follow in Pokemon in terms of like days and years is not anywhere close to how it works on Earth.
very good. By the way, I love the stream title.
Oh,
Ball
blast! There's a variation on TikTok going around now of this guy who, when he says the "blah" part, he emits this guttural boar-like scream. Like, I'm gonna point away from my microphone. Maybe you'll hear it, but I'm gonna go to Taco Bell and get me a bar blast. But it's like, it's this scream that you're like, dude, are you okay? Or do I need to call an exorcist? And it almost sounds like a TIE fighter from Star Wars.
Oh god.
So of course there are videos on TikTok of people, hand holding a little TIE fighter toy and flying it around the room when he gets to that part. So
nice.
Yeah. So yeah, hence the reason for the title. So yeah, reading Demon Slayer. I honestly did try to start reading Mistborn a couple of nights ago, but I couldn't get into it, so I'm like, I'm not going to force myself to do it. I'm gonna approach it on a different day, but I do want to read those books so I can talk with you about them.
Beautiful. I am willing to wait. It will be worth it whenever you do.
All right. Oh, should I not be watering this stuff?
Actually, the stuff that you're watering is fine to water because I
Oh.
think we'll get one more eggplant harvest yet, but we won't get another cranberry harvest. I'm just getting rid of them.
Oh, okay.
So, goodbye, stranger. It's been nice. Cranberries are gone.
Huh.
That's how the song goes now.
So yeah, I think I'm in chapter 4 or 5 of the first book, and so it's kind of what media always is for me. Like when I have that itch to do it, I will dive deep, and I won't stop until I'm done. So the day is coming, but you know, if you force yourself into it, you'll just have a bad time. So
yeah, for sure.
all right, let me.
I've milked the cows.
Oh, you have. Oh, okay.
I have.
All right. Well, I'll let. Oh. We crossed paths and I didn't know it. Oh God! Oh God! Don't leave! Don't leave! Close the door! Close the door! Close the door! There we go. Whew. We almost had a loose cow situation. Almost. Hazelnut, clay. There we go. I'm going to look up to see what we're supposed to do with this golden pumpkin.
Sounds good. Nora says she's impressed at how many golden cranberries that we picked.
Oh, how many did we pick?
20.
Oh, dang. Golden pumpkin can be sold for 2,500 gold. It can be gifted as a universally loved gift.
Ah, so you can give that to Emily.
It can also be tailored into a witch hat at the sewing machine at Emily's house, or the sewing machine gifted by Emily. So the wiki is very clearly telling me give this dang thing to Emily.
Sounds that way.
In one way or another. Universally loved. Well, today I'm giving her a burger. It's time.
The time is now to give Emily a burger.
Yep. It's noon. It's lunchtime. Emily, your boyfriend is here, and he's got a burger that he's been holding on to for 2 weeks just for you.
The time is noon and you are so beautiful.
She loved it. She loved the 2-week-old hamburger.
Pull it straight out of your overall pocket. It's simultaneously dried and dripping with juices.
I have a pocket that's filled with au jus. Canonically, that's what my character keeps on him at all times. You just never know.
Au jus pocket.
You just never know when you're gonna need some au jus.
That's right.
Just whipped out the burger, pulled out the burger, dipped it in his pocket.
My God. Realizing his mistake, he actually just kind of like leans his chest over the burger, because I'm assuming it's one of like his front, pockets on like his overalls.
Mm-hmm.
Just like leans over and then just like squeezes the pocket to get the shoe off the burger.
Yes.
I did not check the luck forecast, so hopefully this doesn't backfire, but I'm gonna go try and get some gold.
You're gonna try and get some gold. A train is passing through Stardew Valley.
Fun fact, you can get hit by the trains and die.
I don't want to do that. That sounds
Oh, you
bad.
should know. I just want you to know.
I could game over us right now, but... Oh, God. That's awful. It just brings up the Dark Souls text.
You died.
Lol, you fucking died.
Noob farmer.
You got hit by a train. You're a farmer. You nerd.
Why were you by the train in the first
What are
place?
you doing, man?
Get a hold of yourself.
It's still the same text. It just keeps going on the screen.
Yeah.
And just once it gets to the bottom, it starts showing up at the top.
Oh, God.
Let's see what the luck is. Spirits in good humor today. I think you'll have a little extra luck.
Well, that's a little extra nice then, isn't it?
It is. It's a little extra. Just for you.
Just for me?
Uh-huh. So what have you been watching and reading, and not? What have you been doing besides Tiny Tina's Wonderlands?
Oh, God. The last few days have been a blur of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. But...
Have you recovered from your snack binge?
Oh, finally today, yeah. It was a rough couple of days for sure. But yes, everything is functioning as proper now.
Oh, good. Glad to hear it. After I always remember when we marathoned Mario Galaxy 2, and how that was the last time that we had those kind of snacks.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I
No,
hope
it was,
I hope he's
it was
he's okay.
BioShock.
Was it?
Yeah, it was BioShock back at your is that the same apartment that we had, like where we brought Marvin's?
The murder apartment?
Yeah. Or no, not the
No.
murder apartment. It was the one where we did, like, we had everybody over for, like, the Mario Kart LAN party.
Yeah, that was the murder apartment.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, I put my bed in my I put my mattress in my closet so that Charlie and Luke and Eric could play League of Legends in my bedroom.
Gotcha.
And then
Beautiful.
yeah, we had the Mario Kart LAN party on 2 TVs with my super couch split into 2.
Yes.
After
Yeah,
that-
and we ordered Marvin's, and yeah,
we did play BioShock.
Yep, that was that same apartment, and at least that's what comes to mind for me is, yeah, doing that one and just having insane
Yeah.
gastrointestinal issues.
Yeah, just all those salt and carbs, just not a good choice for stationary snacking for two and a half days straight.
Yep.
So lessons learned.
Yep, exactly. Well, learned and then, ignored as I did the last few days.
But
But
that's all right. So okay. So
yeah, it was good.
So besides that,
So still more Elden Ring. Been playing that when I can. And then also picked up Kirby, the new Kirby
yes.
game.
Yes.
In fact, before we started this, Nora and I were playing that together.
Oh.
So that was fun.
Are you doing the 2-player co-op with that?
Yeah. Yep.
Because I remember when that was announced and they didn't say anything about there being online co-op as Waddle Dee. I figured at that point that the Waddle Dee character was very much supplementary, like just enhances the existing gameplay, right? Like having someone control picking up star bits in the Mario Galaxy games instead of you doing it for yourself.
Kind of, but so Waddle Dee can't pick up new powers. He's always got his spear, but he can attack dudes. He can jump as many times as Kirby can float.
Ah.
He's got his own spear move set. So it's it's in between there. Like it's not just that you're off to the side collecting star bits. You're up in the biz with Kirby, but you always have the spear. The camera focuses on Kirby, and it'll bubble you back to him if you get too far away,
Okay.
and that sort of thing. So midway point, but it's enjoyable enough.
Let me look at something here. Keep feeling like I'm... Oh, we can submit cheese to the artisan bundle.
I think I've already done that.
You have?
I think so.
Artisan bundle doesn't show... It shows 3 things. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, there's 3 things there. Okay.
Okay. Beautiful.
But there's still 1, 2, 3, 9 things that have to be collected as well. Okay, I understand how that works now.
Well, there's 9 that can be collected, but we only need, I think, 4 or 6.
Oh, okay.
Um,
We only need 6.
Yeah, yep, 6 out of those. So there's 9 things remaining that we could use, but only 6 required.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and as I told you over text, I got a new chair, and I love it.
Good.
I'm actually sitting up straight in at a proper height. Like usually when I sit in a chair, I have one of my legs raised, and I'm sitting on a leg.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always like kind of leaning back, and then eventually like I'll hunch over and just doing all sorts of awful things to my posture and my back. But this chair is making me sit correctly, and I can feel my muscles relearning how to sit. But I'm okay with it. Like it's a good thing.
That's good. Yeah, excellent. Glad to hear.
So, also strongly recommend paying the $15 to have some dude at Office Max build the chair for you, because
Yeah.
oh, that's worth having someone else do. Oh my god.
Oh, it is winter.
And I can't go ice fishing.
That's right. I forgot. There's 28 days in a month in this game.
Oh man.
So we're not going to get that harvest of eggplants that I was hoping for.
Nope.
However, I am going to go get my pickaxe upgraded.
Okay.
Oh, weird.
Why is the radiator swelling in the cow barn? Does that mean it's running?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Because you have to have that for the winter, otherwise the critters get cold and annoyed.
Okay.
And then you'll also want to feed them hay. We don't want to let them outside anymore.
Oh. Okay. Got it. I don't know. I feel like we're missing a little on accuracy of farming. I have seen cows outdoors in the winter on numerous occasions.
Oh, sure, yeah. I agree, man.
That ain't right.
But these are pixel cows and pixel chickens. They got
True.
they got particular needs.
Damn it, Shungus, move! I'm literally trying to get to the hay so I can feed you. There we go. Shungus is the official. Wait, do we have a Hennifer chicken?
We might. I don't remember.
Betty White, Salmonella, Fuck Nugget, and Shungus. Okay. Shungus is officially the Hennifer of this coop. Literally getting him away, so I can't feed her ratchet ass.
You're definitely right, though. If we don't have one, I mean, one is definitely needed. Eventually, we'll be able to expand. I think we can expand the coop once more, and then we could get some more critters. With the last coop expansion, you can actually get rabbits if you want.
Nice. What the hell is that thing?
That is a guy.
Is that ninja dude from New Super Mario Brothers?
Nope.
Ninja? Okay. Well, I thought maybe it was. Okay. Emily, I have a golden pumpkin for you. You're
Is
gonna
it
love it.
gift time? I suppose it's a new week. It's got to be gift time.
Yep, one more gift, and I gotta talk to her, and she. Oh man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 hearts, still single. This is cruel. Be careful, an icicle doesn't fall on your head. Well, all right, fine. I'll open my mouth. The icicle will just fall right into my mouth, and I'll
that
swallow
would be awful. Wink.
it.
Gotta get these last couple winter foraging items, and then the bridge will be repaired, and that will give us a bunch of ore.
Help wanted. Looking for a handsome young man to bring me seaweed. Haley. 60 gold on delivery. Haley will be pleased.
Yo, I think there's more to that.
I just find that really funny. I'm absolutely taking that on.
This is where you show up, and Emily is there. Instead, like she posted it, posting as Haley. So you're bringing seaweed for Haley, are you? What's that about?
She said she'd pay me money. It also said that Haley will be pleased. Were you here to please Haley?
Exactly.
Well, I'm not here to not unplease Haley. Whew. Nailed it. Should be too busy thinking about the triple negative to counter me.
Guy just starts like slowly backing out, thinking he's victorious.
She's just sitting there and like the math equations are floating in front of her face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I definitely want to look at getting my little shack updated.
So,
I'm gonna talk to
how good is your... Well, actually, I can help out, because you're going to need, I think, some hardwood for that. Well, call Robin and let me know, or just check in with Robin and see what the materials are that you need. I'll help with the wood, because my axe, or my pickaxe is being upgraded right now. So I can't go mining just yet.
Call. There's cell phones in Stardew Valley?
Oh, no, we have the phone in front of our house.
Oh! So the answer is no, but there is a phone.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Or the answer is yes, you had a phone, you just accidentally put it in your au jus pocket and it doesn't work anymore.
I mean, I didn't say that, but you're not wrong.
I'm not unwrong either.
Math equations.
I'm not unwrong. But what if I wasn't not unwrong if today were opposite day? All right. Calling up Robin. Hello? I'm
Excuse me,
watching
Robin,
you.
Is
Excuse
your
me?
fridge is your fridge running?
Yeah, why?
Well, that's awesome. Proud of you. Click.
Please swing by before 5 p.m. if you need anything. Okay.
It is after 5 already.
Oh, well,
Oh, so what did she need for materials for the house expansion?
I didn't check. I'll call her again.
You can call, yeah, as I say, you can call her again. It's like an answering machine thing, but it'll still let you check.
House upgrade cost 10,000 gold, 450 pieces of wood. Okay.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay, how much wood do we have? Wood.
We don't have that much.
Oh, we have 200. We have 213.
Okay, well, that's not too shabby. Do a
Yeah.
little chopping for you here.
Not a shab to be found there.
So now that we have some cash, one thing that we'll have to do in the springtime is get a little orchard going, as well as planting some new
Ooh.
trees.
Okay. We definitely
'Cause
have the seeds for trees.
Yeah, for sure. But you can also then buy from Pierre's. There's the starters for fruit trees. It's like we can get some apple trees and some peach trees and some I don't know, fruit fucking trees.
The fruit
Whatever.
fucker 5. The fruit fucker 2000.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Or remember when we were first pitching Confab to the group at I think it was at a building at UWSP, and he used the term, he described it as something effective like Seinfeld and Friends juice fucked, and
Yes.
everybody thought that was like the craziest thing they had ever heard.
I remember. Yeah, that's right. If they juice fucked. Of course, those of us who knew the fruit fucker.
Yeah. we were in on the joke.
We sure were.
We understood the grand japes being played.
Haha, I understand that reference.
I have 127 logs for you.
I have 66.
Get 3 more and stop. Yeah.
Okay. 1,
You don't have to.
2. I got 3.
Nice.
I'm gonna stop. That's enough. That's enough wood for today. I gotta find my way home.
Find my way back down to my home.
So, I'm thinking for my next streaming session, I may honestly play Wonderlands on my own and not stream on Twitch because I'm enjoying it too much, and it's to the point where I kind of want to, play it casually,
Sure.
Right? I can hook it up in my living room, fire up the TV, fire up the Xbox, and just go. And it doesn't have to be a whole thing like I do with streaming. There is a game I was thinking of starting up for my next It's New to Me column called Coffee Talk.
Okay, I'm familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the creator, it was announced today that the creator of that game unfortunately passed away.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah. So I thought, you know what? Now's the time. I'm gonna see what that person's legacy is with this game. So
Beautiful. I put the wood in the wood bin, by the way.
What?
Um, oh, speaking of Tiny Tina, sorry, one other thing that I had to comment on. The
Yeah.
one downside to it
Mm-hmm.
is that split screen multiplayer has some issues. Charlie and I powered through them because we're crazy, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, so the biggest offender is the inventory management. When you go into your inventory in a split screen multiplayer right now, they have like this reduced version of the card that appears when you hover over one of your weapons,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows you all the stats and everything normally.
Uh-huh.
It's this reduced version where all you can see is the just the core stats, just reload speed, attack damage,
Oh.
magazine size, and
Oh.
whatever the other one is. You can't see how
Uh.
much it sells for. You can't see any of the text on the weapon or
What?
any of the other stats. You can't even tell what kind of weapon it is. So whether it's like an SMG versus an assault rifle, for
They,
example,
they could just put
none
up
of
a
that is on
text
there.
thing. They could just leave it as text. There's no room
Yeah,
for text.
well, there is, and they just don't use it. It's really
Wow.
frustrating. So, like, the only way to get that then is to you do R3, click the right stick to inspect the item and
Oh,
see
come on.
like the full card. But then once you back out of that and you go back into your inventory, instead of your cursor still being on the item that you inspected, it takes you to the top of your inventory. And so you
Oh.
have, you start with like 40 something inventory and,
Yes.
you increase it as you go.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you have to scroll down and find, is this the one I was looking at that I want to equip, or was
Ugh.
it a different one? Like it is a hassle and a half.
Ugh.
Like we we really A, we had to power through it, but B, we probably honestly missed out on some good items because we would just trash what didn't immediately look interesting. Because we couldn't see, the details on them.
That's gross.
And yeah, it was real bad. There was also some crashing issues, like when we were doing our chaos trials. Thankfully, nothing in like the main game, but the end game content liked to crash on us quite a bit.
Oh.
But so that's the downside. But I'm assuming they'll get it fixed up at some point.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Um, the inventory management thing that drove me nuts was that when I would try to compare an item to one that I have currently equipped, and I tried to press B to stop comparing that item, it would assume that I was just trying to leave the inventory menu entirely. It's like, no, just make this item
Yeah,
that I'm looking at go away so I can compare the next one.
yeah,
And
yeah. There's some inventory things like that are a little wonky, but hopefully they'll fix that. I get it. They were, they mention in the like the credits for the game that this is all done during the pandemic,
mm-hmm.
and it's kind of a learning thing, and I get it. So there's extenuating circumstances.
Yep.
It's all done so well otherwise. I'm willing to forgive it, but
Yeah, the fact that it's these really fixable things, I'm cool with it. And also, the only other complaint I really had was that assets take a really long time to load on this really nice console. Namely, like when you're approaching vending machines, and you can walk right up to them, and it's still blurry as if you're really far away, and then eventually
yeah,
it catches up and loads what the vending machine is. The same thing for
yep,
like signs for buildings. And to me, it's like this is already like a really powerful system.
yeah,
Like this can and does do damn near lifelike graphics. I played the Matrix demo and could not believe how realistic that was. And those assets loaded just fine. And I think there's just hopefully they'll be able to go back and address that. It's not a game-breaking experience. It's not the worst thing in the world.
yeah,
You know,
yep. I agree. It's There's some optimization that needs to
Yes.
happen for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, just do that and all's well.
Yeah.
You know, I would expect it to take a while to load if I was on a 360 or an Xbox One where it's still trying to load the asset. But I mean, these come with these M2 solid state drives, and load times are supposed to be like instantaneous. So, yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, that's it. Everything else, everything else I enjoy. Don't have a problem. So.
Same.
All right.
And then Ashley Birch is just wonderful as Tina, as we discussed.
Oh my God, yeah,
And
she's.
I haven't seen the "Hey Ash, what you playing" in a long time until we started talking about that on our Discord the other night. She's just as great in those as anywhere.
It was really good timing that you sent me that Ocarina of Time video of Ash singing the random songs, because Temmie, the art designer for Undertale, is currently playing through Ocarina of Time on her Twitch channel, and she also bought an automaton and barely knows how to play it. And so she tries to play the songs that are in the game. And it's horribly out of tune, and everyone's like, and she she'll post a video clip to her Twitter, and she'll be like, nailed it. And we're all like, yeah, this tracks. Like a Pona's song is supposed to be, da 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 da, and it's a, and then she'll try it over again, and then actually get it right. It's wonderful.
That's excellent. Zelda, your hat looks weird. You look like a nun.
Oh. I will take on aquatic overpopulation. Catch 10 perch. Aw, but I already caught one. Wait, I have 2 of them. And they don't count. This is bull honk.
I've been doing this since before you were a twinkle, boy.
I was catching perch since before you were swimming in your daddy's ball sack.
We are saying to grizzled old fisher guy Steve, whatever his name is.
Yep. Oh, and the fucking tiger trout. Oh, come on. I want to catch a perch. It's open water. I should be able to see it.
Give me a perch. Give me a perch.
Break me off a piece of that football cream. Fancy feast. Oh, God. That fish was not having any of my casting. Ouch.
Fish is all like, I did not agree to be broadcast on Twitch.
So, since it's relevant to current popular culture, I haven't talked with you about this yet. What is your take? What did you think about what happened at the Oscars?
I have no opinion on it. Literally none.
Okay.
I give zero poops about like anything that happened. And not like not even like in a way of just like, oh, we have bigger things to be focused on right now sort of way. Fake or not, or real or whatever, just celebrities beefing it out with each other, I just don't care about.
Okay. That's fair. That's an
Like
absolutely fair take to have.
One rich dude slapped another rich dude. That's, how I look at it. They can deal with it like adults on their own time. I don't need to be involved. How about you? Do you have a take on that?
My favorite, uh, my take on it, actually, the best thing I found about it was something that somebody else said. So I'm going to elevate their voice here. Austin Walker on Twitter had this perfect description about it. Let me catch this fish. He said, "It's a moment made of clay. People are going to have opinions about so much. Will's form, Chris not losing a beat, how shitty the joke was to begin with, free speech, blackness and respectability, heterosexual romance, emotion, and masculinity. The Oscars as an institution. Truly anything." And this one person responded and said, "Oh God, I do not want to hear white folks' thoughts about this." And he responded to that tweet by saying, "Well, get ready to have it unpacked by everyone with a phone for a week of our lives until it's treated as a neat, solved moment with a clean, teachable lesson."
Yeah.
And you
Not
know,
wrong.
no, not at all. There's, I've talked with a few, with a few folks about it, and Austin has the right of it. Everyone's going to have a take, so it's either going to be, the takes are either going to be insightful or downright awful and stupid. Director Judd Apatow had some really dumb takes that he posted and immediately deleted afterwards. Things like, "Oh, Jada would have thrown a better punch," and it's like, Judd, shut up. No one asked you for your take on this. But before that, he said something to the effect of, "Oh, Will shouldn't have done that. Chris could have died from that. He could have fallen over and had a brain hemorrhage." I'm like, so like in one moment he's saying how it's bad because Chris Rock could have died on stage, and he felt that he had to share that take, and then immediately followed up with that Jada could have thrown a better punch. It's like, just, dude, just don't talk.
Yeah, that seems like the way to go.
Don't give up your online reputation for the sake of a take. And for me, I looked at it solely through the lens of what you were mentioning about it being like fake or real. And for me, apparently I just tried to throw my fishing pole at that holly instead of picking up the holly. Anyway, the real kicker for me with all of this has been how Hollywood loves to, within the last 8 years, Hollywood loves to see itself as how do I want to put this? They see the Oscars as an opportunity to platform for issues of all sorts. They got a taste for it in 2015 when several folks who attended the Oscars in 2015 and afterwards were like, "Hey, what's with all this like predominantly white casting and directing and what have you in Hollywood? There's a serious lack of diverse voices and and diverse creators."
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, "Wow, that is that's a legitimate criticism." And everybody took note. And now we're seeing movies that are written, directed, and starring, all sorts of people who weren't getting breaks before, and now they are. And we're seeing so many fresh and new perspectives that make for great stories. It's not just, it's not representation for representation's sake. It's giving people the chance to do the same thing that other people were given an easier chance to do before. And we're seeing the success of that now. And so once that started happening, it seemed to me like Hollywood was, a lot of folks in Hollywood who attend the Oscars are like, "Oh, wow, I can use the Oscars to, to platform for anything I want. I can talk about how much the president sucks. I can talk about how important global warming is. I can talk about how important these social issues are, while also not doing anything to contribute to helping solve them. So it was like very performative, very making the attention be on themselves. And to that effect, at the start of the night, Amy Schumer and Wanda Sykes were some of the first presenters, and they're like, we're gonna have a great night, folks. And for anybody who is watching over in Florida, we're gonna have a gay night. And then they said the word gay like 17 times in a row to raucous applause from the entire audience. And for me, that was just another, they're being performative. What does this actually solve? Which turned out, yesterday, Governor DeSantis ended up signing that bill into law, the one that's been coined the "Don't Say Gay" bill. So I mean, and he even like took pot shots at Hollywood for saying what they said. He's like, I'm not intimidated by you. I'm signing this anyway. And it's like, well, there you go. Like, what was the point of this grand gesture of saying this word on national television? Like, wow, you really showed these people, and it doesn't do anything. So take everything that I just said about how performative Hollywood celebrities are and wrap it up into a ball. And remember that when the pandemic started,
are you going to talk about that video?
The Imagine video?
Yes.
Yeah,
oh my God.
That was their response. They had to make it about themselves. In their, just got out of bed, no shower, time to sing a song from John Lennon that doesn't do anything. But they had to make it be about themselves. So when I saw the uncensored feed of Will Smith walking up on stage, slapping Chris Rock upside the head, then sitting back down, and then yelling, "Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth," I was astounded, because that was the most genuine thing I've ever seen anyone in Hollywood do. Especially of the last 8 years. 7 or 8 years. That's something you'd see anybody do if they were emotional, caught up in something. It was so profoundly human to see someone who was so at the end of his rope that he let the emotions get the better of him. Yeah, he's rich, and so is Chris Rock. They are privileged elites in a class that they don't have to care about anything that we do or what we care about. And at the same time, compared to all the times that I've seen, these folks who make such a big deal, such a big stink off of the culture war, of culture issues, that something like this could happen so spontaneously, and it was refreshing. My perspective on it was that it was refreshing. I was like, this is the most realistic thing I've seen any Hollywood actor ever do. That's something that you can't replicate. And is it unsettling? Absolutely. I mean, there's making a scene like that in public is going to always attract attention from people, and it's always going to make everyone uncomfortable and uneasy. And there is something beautifully raw about that I enjoyed from that perspective, to be like, there's the proof. These are real people, and they are capable of, being like anyone else. And that's what it is. Like, everything else up to that point, I felt was a complete farce. So very different take on it. Just plenty of other folks have gotten into the who was right, who was wrong. What does this say about all the things that tweet mentioned? And I'm not in a position to speak on those things so much, but that was what stuck out for me.
Very good. In keeping with my initially stated position of having no position on it,
Mm-hmm.
am going to just let that sit out there, and that's no disrespect on your take or
Oh
anything. I
no,
just
not at all. I'm
just
not
gonna
asking.
be
I'm not
content.
asking for you to agree with me and change your position. Not at all.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just letting you know that that's why I'm not like interacting more with that.
Nope. You were listening, and that's plenty. And I appreciate you for listening.
I appreciate you for talking. Finding that quarry. Boop, boop, boop.
Oh yeah. On that note, there was something that I saw that really cracked me up today. The Laugh Factory Comedy Club changed their banner to say, "We support Chris Rock and the First Amendment." And I was like, "Aren't you the same Laugh Factory that killed Michael Richards' career because he said the N-word during one of his performances and had a complete racist meltdown?" And also,
I do believe that is correct.
Yeah, and also the First Amendment has nothing to do with this.
Yeah, he's not being arrested. Like, the First Amendment protects him from being arrested. That's the whole thing with, like, okay, here's something I will go off on.
Go off, King.
And I mean, this isn't a unique opinion, but like,
Sure.
The people who complain on the basis of complain about cancel culture on the basis of it being an attack on the First Amendment. Obviously it's not an attack on the First Amendment. You can say whatever you want. That doesn't make you free from social repercussions or free from the repercussions of the private business sector whose leg they hump so readily all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It just means that the cops can't come arrest you because of something that you said,
Right.
or the federal government can't pass laws saying that you can't say a certain thing. It's nothing to do with the rest of that. Thank you for attending my TED Talk.
No problem. Yeah, they always get caught up on not understanding how that works. There's a tweet that I saw today that was a pretty great take on it. That said, hang on, I gotta scroll up to find it. Galaxy braining myself into thinking Will Smith was sent by the government.
Oh man.
It's like, yes.
See, there we go. It was fake. Will Smith was a crisis actor.
He is literally the Man in Black.
Exactly.
They do exist.
Somebody get Alex Jones on this train. If we just get the right people to say it, Alex Jones will be all over it.
Yep.
Like if we get a Fox News article that's only up for a couple hours and then gets, quote unquote mysteriously taken down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'll be.
Yep.
Suddenly that becomes a matter of free speech.
Still only 8 hearts. Emily, what is your deal?
Why won't you love me?
Love me more. Oh, well, really shouldn't be complaining. Your farmhouse seems nice and cozy. When have you been in my house?
Guess I can live there.
You've been in my house and I haven't been there.
No.
What? What kind of back-ass relationship is this? I've invited you over for a drink how many times? You just show up when I'm not there. Well, you said I could have a drink. I wasn't thirsty. There we go. Okay. Gonna call up a raw bean one more time. 10,000 gold, 450. Okay. Up. 450 pieces of wood. Right? I think. Let me check the answering machine again.
Sounds right. Yeah.
450. Okay. I'm going to go chop up some wood. We are close. I'm going off into the woods late at night.
Oh boy, here I go woodsing again.
I'll be fine. Ron Howard shows up. He wasn't.
Ron Howard fits anywhere.
Yes, he does. There we go. There's a tree. I will say I do have to commend the internet for how varied they've gotten in adapting the slap as a meme. Yesterday, someone revealed that they made a holographic Magic the Gathering card.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Of the slap as an action.
Oh, by the way, am I remembering correctly that Emily loves rubies?
I think so. Let me look that up. Emily romance, Stardew Valley. Gifts. Where's the gifts? Where are the gifts? Where are the gifts? Yeah, she loves rubies.
Excellent.
Oh, so
I put a ruby in the chest.
Thank you.
All right, carry on.
The card, the card spell name is Force of Will. Instant. You may pay 1 life and exile a blue card from your hand rather than pay Force of Will's mana cost. Counter target spell.
That's wonderful.
The quote is, "I alone determine my destiny."
Oh my god, that's really good. Okay, that's my favorite take on that situation.
Someone else transcribed it into sheet music. Like down to the pitch of him saying, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth."
All right.
So we've reached that point. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, it's in 6/4 time. In the key of C. With a tempo of 70 beats per minute. And it goes from mezzo forte to triple forte. So, very on point. And then the best one is a TikTok of somebody taking that where is it? Here we go. Of someone taking Will Smith singing Never Had a Friend Like Me from the live action Aladdin and changing the end of the song to keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. So instead of the you have never had a friend like me, it's this. Let me increase the volume here. I don't know if you can hear that.
I could not. No.
Oh, okay. Well, I will just I will send it to the group chat right now. So that you have it for posterity.
Wow, that's really well done.
Yep. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Excellent.
I love it so much.
I think I forgot to feed the ducks yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Why-
here's some food.
Why didn't you
Eat
feed the goddamn ducks?
They didn't look hungry. I thought they had too much to eat already. Don't want to get fat fucking ducks.
Okay, that's fair.
You seen old Gertie's ducks? They get so fat and then they just die.
Old Gertie. Old Gertie's ducks.
Old Gertie's Ducks and Stuff Emporium.
Old Gertie bastard.
Oh God. Joe Gert.
Jokert. Oh God. Joe Gert. There we go. Large milk animal product. I want to go to an off-brand store that sells large milk animal product.
I hear if you go to Toronto, you can buy bagged milk animal product.
It's true. It's true. You can also get donut holes from Tim Hortons, which are also very good.
Never been to Tim Hortons.
They are apparently a mostly Canadian thing, but if you go to Detroit, you can get them in Detroit, since that's right next to Canada.
That makes sense.
So strong recommend. Should you ever find yourself in Detroit?
No, as I say, that's Tim Hortons, not Detroit, right? On the strong recommend.
Well, actually, when I was in Detroit back in January, I had a pretty good time there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. My mom was concerned about me going
As
to
she
Detroit.
is wont to do.
As moms are concerned. That doesn't make her more momish than anyone else. Moms like to mom like that, but
Mom's gonna mom.
But Marcus is from Detroit, and he came with, and so he grew up on both sides of Detroit, and so he knew, he knew where to go for whatever. So, so I just followed I just followed his recommendations for like food to eat and places to go, and he drove around honestly. So. I'm going to upgrade the house. There we go. Woo! I'm going to get a bigger house. I'm going to have a kitchen with a hot plate. Maybe even have two. But anyway, Detroit is large, mainly because that's how the infrastructure was put together. Since it is the Motor City, and all the all the car plants were there originally, that the infrastructure for getting around most places requires a car.
Sure.
But the main thing that stuck out for me, and this is something that Marcus pointed out to me, which made me feel much more at ease about being in Detroit, is that Detroit is not nearly as racist as Milwaukee is, in terms of being like racially divided. Same goes for like Chicago and other towns. The racial divide is not as prevalent in Detroit because everybody in Detroit is poor. And there is
That's unfortunate.
well, to that effect, there's a solidarity among people that you can walk down the street and casually get into conversation with someone much easier than you would anywhere else. Like the way he described it, he's like, I could go to somebody, stand at the bus stop and be like, it is cold as fuck out here. And the guy would be like, sure is. He's like, and you could like start up a conversation then, be like, how's it going, man? And then just actually like shoot the shit with someone. Whereas in any other situation, it would be a little intimidating to talk to a complete stranger. But the way he described it in Detroit, it's much more relaxed in that regard.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yeah. So, we spent a fair amount of time in downtown Detroit, going to Ford Field for the game and getting some... Oh, God, Emily. It must be so cold for the poor fish. Emily, they're cold-blooded. They're fine. I wonder if any fish hibernate. Maybe I should ask Demetrius. They're fine. So long as they got air, they're fine. It's not going to get cold enough that they're going to die.
Demetrius tells her the same thing, and then she insists on going underwater to ask a fish.
I'm going to give a fish a blanket. They're so cold. Starts boiling water and pours it in the river. It's like, oh, bless your heart. But yeah. So actually, recommendation to go to Detroit, and especially since the recession, there has been a huge resurgence in Detroit for younger folks starting small businesses.
Okay.
So there's a very organic community. How do I want to put it? It's got like just a little bit of that Stevens Point vibe to it, just a little bit.
Okay.
Go into it, that people-powered kind of vibe.
Interesting.
So, and also the food there. Oh man, the things that Marcus introduced me to that I didn't know existed. Corned beef egg rolls.
Ooh.
With Thousand Island dipping sauce.
Sounds amazing.
It was absolutely incredible. And that is, like Jason and Kim and Eric and Jake and, those of us who, everybody but me basically were like, oh, we're in Detroit, we got to try the Detroit style pizza here. And Marcus was very insistent that there's no such thing as good Detroit-style pizza. They were like, yeah. I even asked him outright. I'm like, well, what is good Detroit-style pizza here? And he's like, there ain't any.
Fair.
But they insisted on a recommendation, and so they had some, and I didn't because I've had it. There's this pizza place over by me that does Detroit style, and it's fine. But I told him, because I've had his cooking on many occasions, and I absolutely trust him 1,000% with anything he makes or recommends. And so when he was like, we're gonna get some corned beef egg rolls, I'm like, that's a thing? And the same thing with the Coney dogs that are there. So Coney dogs are hot dogs with all beef chili, then mustard and onions on top.
Okay.
And it is delicious. 1000% delicious.
Interesting. I have not had one of those before.
I had several. I had several before the trip was over. But yeah, but the distinction was important that it was an all beef hot dog, and then a very thick beef chili, and then yellow French yellow mustard.
Dick beef.
So, and there was a place in downtown Detroit that he took me to that was like it was his Marvin's, effectively.
Okay.
It was a restaurant called Lafayette Coney Island, and it was a landmark because it's been around for over 100 years. And so when I got in there, vibe was exactly like going to Marvin's in Stevens Point, minus the overwhelming smell of garlic.
Interesting.
So, yeah. So and also bringing it back to the original point of the convo, had Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons coffee and donut holes. So, caught a Neil Bream.
You wish. You're not like Neil Breen only gets caught when he wants to be caught. He's the greatest hacker.
Oh my God. He's going to make the president of the
Man.
bank resign.
I am beyond amped to watch the next movie. Not that it's going to be a Neil Breen film. Wink.
Definitely, of course not. Who among us would do such a thing?
That's right, yeah, because I sent it to you on
did.
The Google Drive, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the cover photo for that night from Holly.
Yep.
So question for you then,
Yes.
when you bring up a movie on Plex and
Yes.
it'll have like a synopsis and like a cast list.
Mm-hmm.
Is that auto-generated, or like do you
Yes.
have to put that stuff in?
So when you add a movie or a TV show or any sort of media to Plex, there are media databases that your Plex server will connect to and compare the names of your files to known media names in those databases. There are databases dedicated to movies and ones dedicated to TV shows. And so long as your files are named in a specific way, specifically like if you have a folder that says like Daria, and then you have 5 folders, season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4, season 5. And if you just name them like SO1, EO1 for season 1, episode 1, it knows... It understands when it's looking at the folder name that it's trying to find the match for Daria. And then it will use that as a reference point to say, okay, so pull up the synopsis and the cast info and the thumbnail and all this stuff for Daria season 1, episode 1. So that's effectively how those work. When you do something like what we do, especially me, where I, make you guys watch 2 WWE movies and inject a bunch of commercials in it, Plex doesn't know what that is. So that gives me the opportunity to it allows me to edit the data that's presented. It's just a section called Edit Info where you can change all of that. The release date, the name of the movie, you can put in a custom poster, a synopsis, and all that stuff. And
okay, beautiful. So you can edit it.
Yes.
Then okay.
You can do that for any kind of media. It doesn't have to just be something that you're making up like I did. It can be something existing, because sometimes those media scrubbers don't get it right, so they give you the opportunity to correct it for your personal tastes.
So if perchance, for the movie that I've picked, if I wanted to make it appear as, like, say, the sequel to
If you wanted to make like a
Rockadoodle,
yes,
Rockadoodle 2, you could have a little fun time with deciding who you wanted to display as the cast of this non-existent movie. Then
that's correct. Absolutely, you
beautiful.
can do that. Mm-hmm.
Well, should that opportunity ever present itself, go ham.
Oh, I will. That's absolutely happening. Okay.
Just make the whole cast like everybody that we've had to bonk people over.
Jennifer Stone. What's her name from Get Over It?
Melissa Sage Miller.
Melissa Sage Miller. I'll just do a control find for every time Eric said the words "I can fix her."
Or just search for hello.
Yes. Oh God. Hey, I may in fact be Santa girl pilled. It's fine. It was. I think what won me over is that she quit acting to become a nurse in an ER during the pandemic. And I'm like, damn, that's amazing. You are amazing. Also, hello. I'm going to forget I saw that movie. So that's why I make the recurring jokes in our signal of like she just what was that one? She put up an Instagram picture of her like saying how much she likes the rain, and I was like, you will never watch the rain with Santa Girl because I will be, and you aren't invited. That's just how it is.
Just gotta learn to cope, man.
Mm-hmm. That's our time together. Look, she may not know it, and I barely have a grasp of knowing it, but that doesn't matter.
Bruce, man.
If I wasn't so busy, I'd help you dig around in that cave by the lake. Excuse me?
Which cave and which lake?
I bet there's some powerful crystals inside there.
Oh,
Whoa. Folks, this is getting too horny for this Christian channel. I apologize. Emily is too horny on main.
Too horny 5 me.
So, what is on the agenda for you for the rest of the week? What you got going on besides working?
Just working.
Just working?
Just working it.
Just living that life? Anything that going on this weekend?
Work. Just working.
Ah, okay. Fair enough.
It's one of those weeks. Yeah. And, lots of catching up to do because I took off Friday and then Monday and today as well.
I see. I will be visiting the area for the weekend. It is my mom's birthday on Friday. She was born on April Fool's, but she is no fool. So
she's a super lady.
That's right. So I'll be coming up for that and just general existence floating about. It's also a really huge pro wrestling weekend, which I won't really be able to participate in too much. There's a Ring of Honor show on Friday night that my wrestling friends are watching. And then Saturday and Sunday, WrestleMania is now 2 nights.
What?
Yeah. And they have 8 matches on each night.
You couldn't fit 8 matches into one?
Well, the thing is that their wrestling card for WrestleMania got so huge that the show was becoming like 6 to 7 hours long. And so everybody was just exhausted by the end of it. Like, no, like straight up not having a good time. So, starting last year, I think, they decided, okay, we're going to split it up into 2 nights. So there'll be 2 main events, effectively. So it's a WrestleMania weekend. So, and that's those really big pay-per-views they do, Royal Rumble and WrestleMania and SummerSlam and Survivor Series. Those are the only ones that we watch anymore. We all effectively really like AEW instead. So, and they only do 4 pay-per-views a year as well. So,
Okay.
but we all like we watch that and have a Facebook thread for talking about the show every Wednesday and every Friday night and all that. So
Very
that's kind of our thing. WWE is just kind of floating off and doing their own weird thing at any given moment. So
yeah. Building their own towns.
Having their own, establishing their own laws.
Having their own police force. Conspicuously missing Big Boss Man.
Yep. AW Gazelle. Good evening.
Good evening. What is up with the Gazelles in AEW? Or AW, not AEW.
All Elite Wrestling Gazelles. Hey, I would watch Gazelles wrestle if they could do it. See a gazelle, climb up to the top rope and do a frog splash.
Absolutely.
I would pay good money for that.
Frog Splash. I haven't heard. That's a name I've not heard in a long time.
Good old Eddie Guerrero. So yeah, I will. I'll stop by this weekend. I don't know. I honestly don't know for how long though. It's
Yeah, that sounds good. Whenever. I only work on Saturday, so.
Okay.
And it's from 8 to 4, so kind of whenever works for you.
I'm sure I'll hear it from Nora.
Yeah.
She'll just message me. What day are you coming over? What time? How long?
Yeah, just really giving you the ringer there.
Can you stay for 5 hours?
Can I show you my stuff? Can we play this very complex game?
It's like, God damn it. God damn it, I will say yes to all this. How dare you?
Oh, she absolutely does know. Yeah, and
Yep.
she takes full advantage of that. She does the same thing with me, don't worry.
I always say she walks all over me, and so, just holding true to that.
Yeah. I feel your pain.
Yes, rest in peace, Eddie. Fantastic wrestler. Occasionally I'll go back and see some of his clips on YouTube where he would pretend that he got hit by a chair. He throws it on the mat while the referee's not looking, and then puts his arm and then acts like he got hit. So then the referee starts asking what the hell happened.
Earl Hebner interfering again.
Yeah, 16 years going on 17, technically. A lot of stuff's happened between 2005 and now.
I disagree. There's been nothing. It's been all shit.
I love when folks are like, oh, it's been such a blur. Where did the time go? And I'm like, it's been here the entire time. Were you not paying attention?
Nope.
My goddaughter's going to turn 10 this year. And it's like, yeah, that's a lot of years. But it's not like those years didn't happen.
I wasn't expecting them to have not occurred.
Like, whoa, 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 whoa. You were, what? So I don't know. Just, the time
Yeah,
didn't go
definitely
anywhere.
definitely is crazy though how the kids are all growing up.
I will agree that it's crazy. Absolutely. That's, but for me, it's very much, there's so many good memories and so many experiences that have happened, and those don't stop, like that just keeps going.
True.
So any
True.
wrestlers lost during COVID? I don't think any of them.
I mean, Scott Hall.
Well,
I mean, not to COVID, but
yeah, and the way that he went was horrible.
yeah.
With I think did we talk about that at all? About how that?
Not here. Certainly on the Discord.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, with the whole broken hip thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
It's funny. I was mocking Apple for those Apple Watch commercials where people are in trouble and their watch does the SOS thing so that it calls 911 for them. And I'm like, wow, Apple, you will die if you don't have our watch. And then Scott Hall literally lays on the floor for several days with a broken hip because he can't move. And I'm like, fuck. Why did
Maybe
they
an
have to have a
Apple
point?
Watch be the way to go.
If he would have had, only would have had an Apple Watch.
Yeah. Specifically an Apple Watch.
Yeah, certainly not a life alert or anything else.
Yeah, no, just very
No,
specifically.
it had to be that. So just utterly ridiculous. So, but yeah, I think that was the. It was more than a blood clot heart attack. He fell and broke his hip, and he wasn't able to reach a phone. So he laid on the floor for a few days before someone found him. Then he went in for surgery to fix his broken hip, and then he had complications following that surgery, where he had 3 heart attacks in one night, and then he was put in a coma. Was he put in a coma? No, he just was he was unresponsive. He was still technically alive, but they put him on life support, and then the doctors were like, he's not going to recover from this, so they pulled him off life support, and a few hours later, he unfortunately passed. So, but that's a reminder of the fragility of our lives. He was how old was he? Was he 63? Scott Hall. Let me look up. 1958. Yeah, he was 63 years old. Comparatively, the wrestler known as Sting is also 63. And just a couple days ago, I think just the other week, he was featured in a match where he stood on top of an entryway in an arena and jumped onto a guy and crashed through like 4 tables. So
That's that Dadhausen energy.
yeah, Dadhausen energy. So,
So next time on Game Grumps?
yes, definitely. I'm stuck on the. Oh, there we go. The progress.
Yeah,
has been saved.
I just didn't want the next day to start here without having confirmed agreement on
Right.
calling in here.
Right. That way I can close it before the day officially gets underway.
Whey protein?
Under whey protein. Yes. I'm trying very much to divert this conversation away from mortality and horrific deaths. Whey protein. Do it. Make a joke out of that. Let's go.
And away we go.
Birds evolved from dinosaurs. Do something with that. Something, anything. Fuck. So, well, all right. Thanks for stopping by, AW Gazelle, and anybody else that's watching. Thank you so much for watching. There'll be a write
Thanks
up
for
on.
the chats, Gazelle.
Yeah. I used to program machines that dried whey protein. What? That's
Okay,
wild.
hold on.
Yes. I'm not stopping the stream
No,
yet.
no, no way.
Wait.
That's a reaction to AW Gazelle's
Yeah,
comment.
I got it. It
No
took me
way.
a minute. No way. Um, we've never met in real or fake life. Never ever ever. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. That last name is very familiar to me. Yes, I didn't know you programmed machines that dried whey protein. That's. I can't think of a whey pun. Oh well.
Well, good to see you then. I did not know that was you. I did not know. I did not associate gazelle with you so much as ducks. So.
Yes. But all right.
All right. Now that I interrupted that that wrap up, so sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. It's a camp thing. You dry whey protein at camp?
One time at
Look,
band camp, I dried whey protein.
look. I'm only
You can
laughing
finish the
because
sentence.
this gets more fascinating as more information is revealed. That their program, the name. Gazelle is a camp thing. Oh, okay. I got it. I thought the.
I figured I was being goofy. That would be like a either like insanely exciting or the most boring thing ever though. The camp where you learn how to dry whey protein.
That's why I was like, this is getting more interesting the more that we're going into this. I'm like, there's a camp where you can, like, first of all, there's a place where you can dry whey protein. Absolutely. There's a camp. Now you really got my attention. I need to learn about this. Like, this isn't oh, that's so crazy and weird. It's like, no, tell me more. I need to know. So,
Hala's
Michaela's
World.
is-
I haven't
Michaela's
been there in forever. My stepson was in Scouts for a while, and we went there a couple times. Didn't remember a gazelle specifically, but I remember being there.
I have not been there myself. Hold on, I programmed a hot dog oven in Russia? What?
Okay. Your programming like resume here is just you got to write a book, I think. Like this is the
Yes.
chapter on programming whey protein. This is my Russian hot dog programming page.
Russian hot dog oven. Only for hot dogs. Fueled by vodka. Is good.
It's fueled by vodka and it doesn't actually microwave them. It's actually just a small burner and it boils everything in vodka. So like don't try to microwave your bread. It's just going to be soggy and vodka when it comes out.
Oh my god. All right. Okay, now I'm calling it. We're going to wrap this up. We've successfully diverted from mortality. Whey protein.
Back, like, hold on, guys. I also programmed a back massager for Robert Kraft of the New England Patriots while I was stationed in Germany.
Oh my god. It's like, you can't just tell us you did that. We need the story behind it.
Nope, that's all. It's just
That's it. That's just what happened. Deal with it.
like there's nothing more to it than that. I don't know what you want.
It's like me saying, "Oh yeah, I was in Nagoya City in Japan and I saw a brothel."
Holly's giving me some very strange looks now. So
It's like, did you
all right.
did you go in the brothel? Well, that's not part of the story. Did you not go in the brothel? I said that's not part of the story. Just sticking to it.
Focus on the programming here.
Play-Doh sausage for the Haitians made in the Dominican Republic. Wow. All right. On that note, Thanks for chatting with us, AW Gazelle. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll be on tomorrow. I'm going to play Coffee Talk. I figure it's time. I will resume Wonderlands another day on stream. But tomorrow I want to get into Coffee Talk. That's been on my to-play for a while. So, and there'll be a write-up for this stream on whileromeburns.net as always. So, stay hydrated, folks. Get some rest. Watch for deer. Henry, we got a new record from Sting. You want to play us out with it?
No.
Very good. All right, folks. Take care.